I'm watching President Trump. This is Margaret Ann Windsor. Kidnapped in 41, age 2, brought to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of a twin. Both twins were dead. The mother killed them. They were born out of wedlock, and this was a pigsty where uh, he became president. John F. Kennedy helped kidnap me. His dad was made ambassador to England by President Roosevelt, another Jew, and sent there in 36 when my father became king for the specific reason of taking him down. They took him down with character assassination along with the Illuminati, your Freemasons, your Mafia. That's who John F. Kennedy, whether anybody likes to hear it or not, that's who he was. And Marilyn Monroe, that was a takedown, because she was talking too much. They killed her right in front of the world. And the Edward Kennedy, the Chappaquiddick, how many more have they murdered? And why people, this man helped take my father down. His father did. He was U.S. ambassador. John F. Kennedy flew in there, 39 specifically. The year I was born, he flew in there. He was in the military. And till 41, when he helped kidnap me, and I believe I was flown into Cortland Air Base near this pigsty in Moulton, about 20 miles away, probably. And life was hell. I found out about my kidnapping in 83 when I ran in a political campaign to replace one of the doctors, U.S. congressman, I had written about in a medical malpractice book. The name of it was MD A License to Kill. I lived at Moonraker Apartments in Marietta, and Larry Flint was shot nearby in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the book in March the 6th of 78. Now, I'm responding to this, though, and there's no need going any further because, I'm being, I won't survive this. I just moved yesterday, and I thought things were better, and there's some other stuff going on here, okay? I'm not going to, I'm trying to make it till the end of the month. I don't, because quite frankly, I'm not gonna say, I need some things to put my things in so I don't lose them, and I'm waiting and hoping that I'll be able to do that. But right now, I probably should walk out the door and whatever. I can't go to the mountain again, not just because it's cold, but where do I go? um, it's how this is being done, orchestrated. Now, then I said something about John F. Kennedy. He did all the ugly, sick things that he and the Kennedys helped the Illuminati spread the ugly rumors that took down my father, Edward VIII. He never married Wallace Simpson. She married a double. This is how much power they had. And so the Kennedys, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the Jews, the Bilderbergers, installed the monarch, fake monarch, and that was George VI, and thus Elizabeth and her bunch of war criminals. Now, I am here, and my immune system used against me, and moved from one place to the other to over since July the 19th when I came here, but it was ongoing. There's ways, without me getting into detail, of controlling one's whereabouts when you're talking about the U.S. government, and that's who's doing this. There's something I'm not in good shape, period. I thought when things got moved over here, I can't move anymore. I'm so sore, and the inflammation has gotten to me so that, I won't be able to go much further. And then I'll quote the Virginia State Trooper. I've put that up here before. That's how they run me, is with chemicals. If they get me to where I can't run anymore and take my money and phone away, and I would, And I'm sure Channel 10 here, the locals, and Channel 7 and 13, and all the media out of Huntsville and that knew all about this. And Atlanta, during the years I lived there, my husband went to the media and all that, CNN, Turner Broadcasting, all of it. Nobody did a thing. Now, I was just looking at President Trump up here, and somehow I still hold out hope that he's the good guy. He was over in England and helping. I mean, can you think how ludicrous? And people hate me because I'm British, because they kidnap me and they don't want me to tell it. It's okay. For a lot of people, it's okay. And I know there's some nice people on YouTube that I don't believe that way. It's not okay, but this is the attitude. People don't want to hear it. How dare me tell about my kidnapping or say anything about it, or they take offense at me. How dare me mention it? So anyway, President Trump was over in England, and he was at the U.S. Army base delivering turkey, helping dish out the turkey and the Thanksgiving dinner. I can't go home. And you know what? So I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. I didn't want to hurt her because it was very nice of her to and she's a nice lady. I can never thank her enough. She knows who I'm talking about. But anyway, she called and asked me what I'd like for Thanksgiving dinner, because I don't have anything other than some Campbell's soup, which that's what I've been living on for, and a few other things, and then I get a little breakfast here with their fake eggs. I hate to say fake eggs, fake monarchy, fake this and that. I'm trying to laugh. It's not funny. I cannot. I'm in bad shape, and so I know that if I can make it till the end of the month, somehow I've got to leave here, which I'd lose my insurance and everything. But anyway, most likely. Anyway, this is President Trump handing out, helping dish out turkey and all the good things that go with it over in England at a U.S. military base, celebrating Thanksgiving. And here I'm sitting over here, and back to the lady that I couldn't find a delivery here. I didn't know about Hub Grub and all that until yesterday. I'm not sure that would have done any good either. But anyway, I told her just to send me a pizza, because pizzas would deliver till 11 o'clock that night. Well, she did, and I'm going to put their friggin' name up here. It's Pizza Hut. And I don't know which one. It's probably one here at Salem. I lost the invoice. Anyway, the receipt. Anyway, she paid for that for me and had it, delivered. And it was a big one, and it was a big Coke and some sweets. And I love pizza. So this was only half that night before last, and half of it yesterday. Well, lo and behold, I got back to the room, and they must, Murphy's Law. I've had things done to me deliberately now. Now people are gonna say and question, well, how did they know that you made the phone call and to get this pizza that you say is at least 3 days old or older? It was bad. I love pizza. I would never throw something away. But I did. I ate about 3 slices, which I probably shouldn't have, but that pizza was horrible. And I didn't want to say anything because this lady was very nice to send it. And believe me, it won't do me any good, but I'm going to see today if I can find out which Pizza Hut did it and how it's funny to them. But then it's hopeless. But I wanted to get that in. What in the did I do? I was born. And I've told probably one of the most important things I didn't know about, I never thought anything about end times. Some of it seems bizarre to me. but I believe there's a God, but I didn't realize anything I was writing about chipping people, putting it in root canals and mind control. And then when I found out about being kidnapped, the Illuminati kidnapped me. They're the global government. And it's when they took down my father, he wouldn't sign the treaties for the military bases to take over the UK. Ask yourself, what's Trump doing with the Queen of England over here? Doesn't have dinner, being soaked in chemicals, and last night they left a beer can outside underneath I never drink in my life. And I'm not going to go any further, I'm living here, my God, this is the people here from, and I liked some of them, and then there's people that come and go, that are here for a night or two and go. Anyway, I don't know. It's so bad. It's odd because I'm British. They don't care if my mom was Claudia Ruth O'Keefe from Madison, Wisconsin. My aunt's George O'Keefe, the artist. Everybody is still living good. I do know that it's when they took my father down and then kidnapped me that they installed the illegal, he's not my dad. He married Wallace Simpson, became the illegal Duke and Duchess of Windsor. He's a fraud and imposter. They had more than one imposter double posing as my father. And I want to get back to this, though. JFK did the very things that they accused my father of and are still doing that today. He's not the Duke of Windsor. He didn't die in 72 and buried at Frogmore alongside Wallace. What big friggin' joke to do and have the real monarch over here. And on Thanksgiving, let me say this, they had cinnamon buns that came with a pizza, and they were good. I did eat them and a cup of coffee, and I could have eaten the soup. I just, by this time, trying to move, and I was so sick I couldn't drag my stuff or pack it anymore, and I'm so glad that I got the clothes and the things I got, and I intend to keep them if I can. I hope, because I do think I don't think there's anybody but God that what I've been telling about is the mark of the beast and the Illuminati, the global government that's in place after they took my dad down and come in and took over the rest of my family, Norway, Netherlands. That's where the war tribunal is, that Henry Kissinger, the Jew that tried to have me killed. That's on the 18.5-minute tapes that were subpoenaed that suddenly became broken, and Anyway, I'm going to quit. I've got to go up and get a cup of coffee, I hope. I think I've said about all I can say. People, John F. Kennedy, people still love, and I'm going to mention this, it was on the History Channel yesterday. They were showing, and there's another side to this that I'd forgotten about, the Eternal Flame. I'd forgotten all about it. This goes back to the date. This is when Henry Kissinger tried to have me killed. Was how he tried to have me killed. And it's the Watergate tapes, 18.5-minute gap. But now if I don't lose my train of thought here, I'm trying to think. It was the Eternal Flame. This was something else. It meant something else to me back there. I knew it was the Kennedy and Jackie and all this for John F. Kennedy. It wasn't okay for John F. Kennedy to help kidnap me. It might be to a lot of people. He should have been prosecuted. He became the President of the United States. It was Roosevelt, President of the United States, that helped in all that happened to my father and me. And they're going to bring the Saudi Arabia prince over here or accuse him of murder. The journalist are controlled here by the Illuminati that kidnapped me, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, that have shut all this down, have not mentioned me, and they are war criminals. You know, they think they're going to get away with it. They have, as far as I am, and I hope my children are safe somewhere. That's what keeps me alive and going, and the fact that I want to pay back people that helped me. Now, if I'm babbling, I've earned the right to. This on the segment of history, that little bit, it was talking about the eternal flame, and I thought, well, that's the first time I've heard that in a long time. And this person that was a motorist was talking about, and they were showing out there at Arlington, where they dug Kennedy's body up from, I guess, a family compound or something, or grave, and they took it to public there at Arlington. And he was saying every morning when he goes to work, he can see way back there the flames still burning for John F. Kennedy, and it makes him happy that they moved his body from the compound to a public place there, because he belongs to the United States people, and they're proud of him, and he should be buried there in public. Are you getting what I'm saying? I'm the Queen of England, and yes, I am. People can call me names. It won't change the truth. And the only way I'm going to see truth is by God. Oddly enough. How dare